What's going on, guys? Kwix here, back with another video. And in today's video is going to be another behind the scenes of one of my Far Cry 4 maps. It's called Cliffhanger. It's actually a remake from a Modern Warfare 2 mission, very popular mission called Cliffhanger, so I decided to remake it in Far Cry 4. So yeah, just want to start things off by saying thank you for all the support on the map. Turns out you guys really liked it. I really enjoyed making it. But yeah, the way I was able to really recreate it is to, if I bring this over here, we have, I had a bunch of overhead maps. This is actually a GTA 4 mod. I just had a bunch of reference photos. This is actually a shot from the game itself. Another GTA 4 mod. Another in-game picture. So I had a lot of reference photos to try to accurately recreate this as close as possible. Of course, not everything was able to be a one-to-one representation of it, unfortunately, but I think it turned out pretty well. So if I just get rid of that. So basically, I just want to start things off with the way I got the AI to kind of walk in a circle is I tried to use these animation points and had their duration, like for the animation itself, be like 1 second or so, and then they'll follow along the path. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. I found out that the AI is just going to do whatever it wants to do. Yeah, so we have a ton of animation points. Cool thing is that I actually have some enemies in the actual mission really stay inside of their building, so the way I was able to do that is with this cinder block, which I can't grab at the moment. This cinder block, basically, if I turn on the nav mesh, it basically breaks up the nav mesh to basically say, hey, you guys can't leave this building. So that's kind of how I was able to do that. I have this guy sitting in this chair, this guy standing at the door. It's basically how I was able to force these people not to leave, their post, which you'll see that replicated in a lot of places, like right here. Yeah, so let me show you one last thing I really did with the AI that I think really ended up, selling the experience. So in the actual mission, you sneak through here, go through the back entrance. You see that this door is closed, and a lot of you guys already know this is breakable wood, so somehow it's going to break. So you kind of sneak through here, and in the mission, you actually open up the door, but, you can't open doors in Far Cry for some reason. I don't know why. So you come through here, this guy will actually be standing over there by that time. You work your way up here, and a lot of people will be surprised, but there's a guy in here. He's actually on a different wave. If I can turn on the AI wave, that's not how you do it. Should be able to... Oh, yeah, so there. Basically, this AI will spawn once you kill... I can't remember if it was... Yeah, it was like 25% or something like that. Or he'll spawn after you kill one person, so he'll always be here, basically. And... in the mission, there's not really anyone up here, but it's basically to trigger something else. So once you kill this guy, it'll basically trigger something very interesting. You'll hear a massive explosion, and that's due to Wave 3. These are actually vehicle spawn cars, so they'll spawn, they'll fall. You won't see this because you'll be inside of the warehouse. They'll land on these propane tanks, cause a huge explosion, which will eventually blow up these doors. Because in the actual mission, the door is actually open, but had no other way of doing that, so that's what you do. And then that spawns the next wave of just a ton of enemies, so you're basically, at this point, it's no longer a stealth mission, you have to fight your way out, work your way through here, and eventually, the snowmobile part. Everyone knows that. So, I actually added a few parts to this to kind of add my own spin to it, and especially since, there were things I wasn't able to add, or part of the actual mission, so, I added some enemies on the rooftop. I don't remember if you're actually able to get onto this rooftop or not, but you're able to here. I added this little cut through right here with a bunch of enemies. Normally this is closed off, but I decided to add it because it would add a little extra flair. That game came out in like 2008, 2009. We're like 10 years later, so you can get away with a lot more stuff now. So I added a bunch of extra details. It's not normally a sniper up here. Just for detail, I added someone up here. You can kill them if you want. It doesn't really cause anything. You have the option to, plant your explosives here. And what's crazy is the enemies actually react to the explosion if you trigger it from here. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I created multiple versions of this map. I created, this daytime version, kind of the original. And then I decided, wouldn't it be cool if you could play it at night? So I basically duplicated this map after it was finished and added a bunch of lights, changed it to daytime. And I was able to create a night version of the map, which I think also plays very well. If we actually go back to towards the beginning, most of you guys know that there were Intel, little laptops you could find throughout each mission in Call of Duty. So you would run up here, and this is one of the Intel places. So I decided to add these little Intel things. So I think it's just an added layer of detail that people would really appreciate. So no function here, it's literally just aesthetic. So I added that one. I believe there were 3 in this mission. So there's one back at that other location, then there's one sitting on this barrel that you can see through a glass. Recreated that. And the other one is in the forest when you're on the snowmobile, which we'll talk about the snowmobile area right now, actually. So you work your way down here, and this is where I really had no more space to be accurate. So I just ran out of space. If you look at the map, I did not have a lot of space to work with, so I had to improvise. So from this point on, everything else is pretty improvised, and, from my own creativity, I was able to create something different. So I kind of came up with my own idea of how I would, have the players, escape on the snowmobile path. But anyway, kind of mimicked this area off of part of the snowmobile path. So this is where you find that intel thing in the middle of some trees. That's the 3rd one. And have some, wildlife, enemies spawning here. We have a tunnel right here that's blocked off. Kind of directs you to go this way. And you work your way all the way across the bridge. Work your way down here. A rock fell in the road, so you kind of have to go off the road. Another tunnel blocked off. Work your way through here. And basically, you eventually, come around here. And you end up on the final slope, which is as close as I could get to the actual mission. So you're working down the slope, and you go across this. Oh, also, don't mind that. You go across this jump, and you get to the end. Let's actually talk about this. So, basically, I wanted to have a Barian Card at the bottom of this, and the only way to do that was to do the classic, propane tank car falling explosion. That's just a technique that I use a lot. If you come down here, it's a possibility you won't make the jump. So if you don't, I could put a little Easter egg down here. Some honey badgers. I put honey badgers in all of my maps because I do. So it's a little bit of a ditch. You're like, oh, how do I get out of here? Here's a rope. Someone tried to escape, didn't make it. So you just look up, and there's a grapple thing. Eventually you grapple all the way up here, and here's a paraglider, and you can paraglide down in the odd case that you don't make that jump. But I made it extremely hard not to make that jump. So, yeah, that's pretty much, a run through of my map, some of the techniques I used. I really think it turned out really well, I was really happy with the video that I was able to create, and just the reaction of everyone who, knew what this was. It's a passion project. I really enjoyed making it. So, yeah. Hope this video helped you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want any more videos like this, just let me know. We'll try to do as many as I can if time permits. But anyway, I've been K-Wix. Peace out.